All right, y'all, what is good? It's your girl, Queen B, coming to y'all with yet another reaction. This is coming straight from my favorite news media channel now, Sky News, y'all. So, let me just say this, okay? 2 days ago, there have been reportings of mysterious drones flying around, spraying out stuff. New Jersey, now New York, and videos are starting to upload and all this stuff that's going on with these mysterious drones that are flying around, and the government and nobody knows where they're coming from or what's really going on. Let me tell y'all something. Pay attention. It's always like that, y'all. We know Trump is getting ready to take office. Countdown is coming close to us. And of course, there is something that they're trying to sidetrack us to keep our minds off of. Something going on. Something is going on to where they're trying to distract us and keep us from the real reason. Pay attention. Stay focused, y'all. Stay focused on what is really important and what's going on. You can't tell me that they don't know what the hell going on. Just mysteriously out of nowhere. They everywhere, spraying stuff and all, allegedly spraying stuff and all this other type of drones coming up out of water. And what are they trying to distract us from? What are they trying to keep us from seeing? These are the questions you should be asking us. Y'all know, come on. The wise know. We know what's going on. All this mess happening before Trump gets office. What's going on? So with that being said, y'all, we finna tune in and dive into the video. Really bizarre. Mysterious drone spotted across New Jersey. Let's get into the video.
Now, there's something very odd happening in the skies above New Jersey. Dozens of drones have been spotted at night flying in at least 10 different counties across that state. Authorities don't know where they're coming from, who's flying them and why, other than to say they are very sophisticated, and the FBI is now involved. The Pentagon has shed some light. Have a listen to this.
Those drone sightings that have been reported. At this time, we have no evidence that these activities are coming from a foreign entity or the work of an adversary. We're going to continue to monitor what is happening, but, at no point were our installations threatened when this activity was occurring.
Kosha, this is all very bizarre, and it's venturing into that conspiracy theory territory on social media. What do you think's going on here?
It is really bizarre, and basically what she said over there, the press secretary, is I'm ruling out that there's any active foreign adversaries behind this, and I'm also ruling out that it's U.S. military. So then what's left? And I think Senator Josh Hawley of Missouri came out a short while ago and said that this best case interpretation of this is its gross incompetence of our government agencies that are already at an all-time low in terms of trust that the American people are placing, or not placing anymore, I should say, in them. And worst case, it's something more nefarious where they do know more than they're telling us. And then,
right,
as you say, in this era of social media, if there's a vacuum of information coming from the authority, all sorts of...
And that's my point. They know. They know. But just like they do, of course, they're not going to tell us. What I really don't understand is just all this chaos going on in one country that we live in. Like, this is the thing. I sit and I see other places and how they cherish their people. Now, get it, everybody's state is different with rules and all of that. So you have to be able to abide by rules because they're not the same as what we have here. But if you just take a look at some of these places, though, for real, it's like, how are you attacking or putting stuff here to hurt your own people? I'll never understand that. I'll never get that. Like, growing up, we was taught to, protect ourselves and protect your family and stuff. Somebody try to come at y'all, you know what I'm saying? That's your family. We grew up like that. I don't get it. Like, we're considered family here. Although we all may be strangers to one another, but this is family. This is our country. We love our country. We should be protected. You know what I'm saying? And we're getting beat by our own people here. It don't make sense.
of theories and conspiracy theories are going to populate that void, and that's where we are unless they hurry up and either reveal something that they already know or improve their ability to investigate something like this, which you would think should not be that hard.
You would take really serious.
Well, absolutely. But even if you were a resident of the area, you'd be a bit worried. I don't know. I'd be a bit on edge if I saw all these drones flying above my head every day and not one person can give an answer as to why they're there. So it's certainly a little bit unnerving. I look forward to hearing more about that. Now, let's move on to Alvin Bragg, the Manhattan District Attorney. He has proposed what he is saying is a, quote, novel idea to keep Donald Trump's hush money conviction in place.
I'm definitely going to take a look into this, too, because this, to me, is just ridiculous. Like, yo, fall in line. Like, are you serious?
Now, Kosha, I'll go through it with our viewers. He has suggested that the Manhattan Supreme Court Justice could write on the court docket that Trump's guilty verdict still stands, but then cancel Trump's sentencing entirely. And by doing so, it would apparently freeze any other actions in the case. Kosha, look, this seems awfully bizarre and convoluted. How do you understand this?
A novel idea is certainly a charitable way to put it, and everything else he did with this case was very novel, just bringing the case to begin with, stretching a bookkeeping issue, which at best would typically be a misdemeanor charge, into 34 felony counts, and then getting the jury to come to a guilty verdict in Deep Blue Manhattan, where this very political man, was faced with a very politicized jury. And then he's not technically a convicted felon because that sentencing hasn't happened, which is interesting with this theory that Alvin Bragg is proposing. Trump would not be a convicted felon, and that headline would have to be removed from the lexicon. I'm not sure that it would stand. The Trump team has all sorts of legal counter-arguments and remedies to this. They are pushing for dismissal altogether on various legal grounds.
As they should.
The judge has not given an indication on when he's going to rule on either side of this and where this case is going to go. It's also worth mentioning really quickly, Danica, that this guy, Alvin Bragg, is a headline chaser, and he is the same person that brought charges against Daniel Penny, that case that was going on for some time, and he was found not guilty yesterday, the United States Marine veteran who was charged with subduing the very menacing person on the subway. Meanwhile, crime is up in New York. He's got an abysmal prosecutorial record, Alvin Bragg, where he gives out these very generous plea deals to actual criminals.
Sure.
And he's going over here and prosecuting people like the Marine veteran and Trump. People see this. This is an elected position. It's really hard to kick Democrats out of New York, but it has happened in San Francisco and LA recently, where very left-wing district attorneys were kicked out, and he's up for election next year, so that's going to be very interesting to watch what happens.
Perhaps maybe, Kosha, that's why he's doing it, to get a headline ahead of being up for re-election next year. Maybe that's it's all on the timing, possibly.
I like to see this.
I want to talk to you about RFK Jr. He is reportedly lobbying for his daughter-in-law and former campaign manager, Amaryllis Fox Kennedy, to land the role as number 2 at the CIA. He also believes that she could help uncover the agency's possible role in the assassination of JFK. Kosha, do you think that this will happen? Do you think that he's got enough influence to be able to say, put this woman in? How do you think it will play out?
It's really interesting. RFK has a lot of support at the grassroots level for all the reasons we know and followed in the election. He's also feared and hated by many people in the Democrat Party and even the Republican establishment. The interesting thing is that number 2 at the CIA does not require Senate confirmation. So it's ultimately in Trump's hands and John Ratcliffe, who's the CIA designee, if he will get confirmed by the Senate, which everyone expects he will. Those two can decide this. And I'm not sure who else they're considering, but it is interesting because these people are all disruptors, which is what the American people want right now. The daughter-in-law has supposedly really worked at the CIA in deep clandestine undercover and wrote a book about it, which was not approved by the CIA to write about, but she is somebody who has experience in the field. And of course, the personal investment that the Kennedy family will have necessarily in seeing if the CIA played any role whatsoever in the JFK assassination, which is a theory that's been floating out there for some time. Somebody like her and RFK obviously have a vested interest in finding that out. So it's an interesting proposal, and it'll be up to Trump and John Ratcliffe to ultimately make that decision.
Okay, well, we will await to see what happens there. Cashapp, great to speak with you as always. Thanks for joining me.
All right, Sky News. I love them. Y'all gotta love them. Make sure y'all go subscribe to them, y'all. They are awesome. But yeah, and then that happened, a while ago. They about to dive into a lot of stuff. Look at these. Look at all this little drone stuff on here, y'all. It's real small, probably for y'all. But I'm just saying, like, y'all saying y'all do not know this. Like, yeah, right. Trump demands action. Shoot them down now. Yeah, like it's just that simple. How y'all let drones just come in here for? Well, hey, these are the same people that let undocumented immigrants come over here. So at this point, they just trying to sabotage everything, and it's just ridiculous at this point. It's like, yo, when are y'all gonna say enough is enough? Like for real, when are you guys gonna be held accountable for the actions that y'all chose to do? When are y'all just going to realize that the bad seeds that you sowed, just go ahead and let them reap on it? Because this is something that y'all did. Like for real, when is people really just gonna be like, enough is enough? Like when are y'all going to wake up and see that they don't give a F about nobody but themselves? That's the sad part. And yet some people still grass to these people. And then the crazy thing is they showing y'all right in front of your faces now. They ain't even trying to hide it from y'all no more. Like they're literally doing it right in front of y'all face. And because they say, oh, y'all just this, slower, this dumb or whatever, we dangling right in front of their faces. Some people still grass to these people. That blows me. I am so glad that I started this journey. I'm so glad that I'm a better person than I was 2 years ago. I'm so glad that now I really pay attention to like what is actually going on. I'm so glad that I can read between the lines and focus on what is more important, y'all. And we know what's important. It's countdown. We did this to get him to the finish line, and we're going to do this to get him in that office come time. These folks know what the hell is going on with these drones. They already know. But of course, they trying to play y'all like y'all some bimbos and don't know what the hell is going on. Y'all stay focused. Stay focused. I told y'all it's only the beginning. It is only the beginning. We got work to do.